about 50 are also injured. The region, naturally they wouldn't leave us alone. The region, therefore, they've advised that those in critical condition should be given specialist attention. And that is what even the flag bearer and then this is a disaster. It's an issue that has attracted attention of the national executives. And they've all resolved that those that require specialist attention should be moved so that they could be given the needed attention to save them be in this community. This is my community.
Meanwhile, the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Mahama, has ended his 6-day tour of the Ashanti region. John Mahama started campaigning in the region on November 10, but suspended the activity following the demise of the late Jerry John Rawlings. He assumed on Friday to successfully complete the exercise with a promise to develop the region he voted for in the polls. There is more in the following report.
John Mahama had been in the Ashanti region since November 10 to campaign on the key policy proposals of the NDC for this year's election. Plans by the NDC to create decent and sustainable jobs for the youth, the implementation of free primary health care, the abolishment of double-track system within the free SHS policy, and the revision of small-scale mining activities were highlighted in various communities in the region. He also paid a courtesy call on the Asante Otumfuo Osei II. On November 12, 2020, the death of the founder of the NDC, J.J. Rawlings, led to the suspension of the activity. He resumed on Friday with a visit to communities such as New Dubiase, Central Front Plains, and Ejeso, Agogo. John Mahama assured the residents of Agogo of an end to the disturbances by Fulani herdsmen. According to him, plans have been made to relocate them for farmers to peacefully engage in their activity.
Yo, baby, Ghana ha. Enipa no so ho. Asase eda ho obia enye kwe adwuma ho. Nenti a omunye kwe adwuma ho ne se ensuo ni ho. Enti aban edi sika behyem na ya ye bebia ye benya ensuo ne saa nyoma no. Na Fulani fo ni bia owo ha a omone emrebia omune ekwiafo enya problem no yebe movie omo efi ha akọ saa emiamia no se ne be ya saa ntokwa no etobetwa so hwe 2016 manifesto mo ewom we will acquire 10,000 to 20,000 hectares of land and will move several of the Fulani herdsmen and their families there. Aban be siesi ho yie na yama ensuo aba ho yebe two dams bibia se ne be ya omo nantwe no benya ensuo na yebe yi omo efi ha na omo akọhọ se na be ya asomdwe ebeba enti eno eye enhyehye a ede asomdwe beba na ede asomdwe aba ama yenyina.
In an engagement with the people of Isakra, a community within the Central Front Plains constituency, he promised the establishment of a farm mechanization center to boost their farming activities.
Yeah, the Jumedia for Eba. Your friend of Farmers Mechanization Centers. Your baby Farmers Mechanization Center, Ewo, Central Front Plains. Ezu. Yeah, the tractors, Beba Beguho. Near the plows, any fidia, yeah, the year equation united, Beba Beguho. Ezu. Into a true farming season, Bibia Unia Bia. Obekwa register of farmer service ho say we a member ho enti bibia wo hia bia so opposite tractor be do ma wa the tractor no be ba be do ma ezu say open boom sprayer ni abe spray we bro no ho a the boom sprayer be ba be spray ama ezu we try we bro no so now person wo hwa ne ho wo yi ho a machine if you na ye di yi ho no treasure no ye de beba na yi hu nyina ma o kama ezu unya fertilizer obekọ farmer service center ye be ma fertilizer no now dia pogo we phone no so ezu na we nyina amaka no say we a member ewo mechanization center ho a say ye yes adwuma no ma wa ehu nya say we betua sika Ombe yamao na wa ama ye wefu fefe se wutwa we bro ye na wo de cotton na woton wi a eka kakra eda farmer service center ho na wo yi bi no akotua ne aka no na wo de wade ekro.
Now, President Akufo-Addo has commissioned a 45-kilowatt mini hydro generation station in Alavanyo in the Volta region that will provide power for the people of Alavanyo and its environs. Citi News' Sami Uyafi has more in this report.
President, who is in the region as part of his campaign activities, was at Alavanyo to commission the first ever of such projects in the country. According to the Bobbie Power Authority, which supervises the construction, the dam will not require the formation of a reservoir to operate. It consists of a concrete diversion wire, an intake structure, diversion channel, a powerhouse, and a transmission line which ties the energy generated into the local distribution grid. Commissioning the project, President Akufo-Addo says this will add to the country's generation mix.
It is going to assist in providing power for economic development in the Alavanyo area. For us to get the maximum benefit out of it, because it is something that is wholly owned by us, the engineering, the design, the engineering, the construction, all of this is Ghanaian owned. It's been done 100% by the engineers and the workers of the Bobbie Power Authority. For us to get the maximum benefit, there's also going to be a research site here to assist people to understand exactly what has taken place here. All of this means that the time has come for Hohoi to change, for Hohoi to undergo a change, for Hohoi to come and stand on the back of Atiglinyi, to come and stand on the back of the elephant, to come and sit on the back of the elephant. And that this year, in 2.5 weeks' time, when the results are announced by the Electoral Commission, we will hear that Hohoi constituency has elected John Peter Amewu as the MP.
CEO of the Bobbie Power Authority, Frema, on his part, said the project will be replicated in some communities across the country. He says engineers from the authority led the process for the construction.
The statement we want to make this afternoon is that though this is a small project, from designing, construction to completion is being done by the young engineers at Bobbie Power Authority. The statement is that given the opportunity, there are so many other rivers which we have already conducted some studies, including the falls and some rivers at the western region. Given the opportunity, we will be able to do much better than you see here. We have done this project entirely from our own internally generated income, and giving some additional support, Mr. President, we will make you feel very proud.
Presidential and parliamentary ballot papers arrived in Techiman at 2 a.m. on Saturday at the Divisional Police Headquarters.
Now, according to the Electoral Commission, the cross-checking and verification process went smoothly and without any hitches.
The NDC, however, believes the NPP has bad intentions.
The Bono East NDC is reading meaning into an accident that involved the an NPP vehicle and the EC truck transporting the ballot papers meant for the Bono East region. Our Bono East regional correspondent Michael Chachua Holu has more in this report.
The presidential and parliamentary ballot papers for the Bono East region arrived at 2 a.m. on Saturday at the Divisional Police Headquarters in Techiman. As expected, political party representatives and Electoral Commission officials were present to cross-check the contents of the specially sealed bags, which were 149 in all. Speaking to Citi News, the Bono East Regional EC Director, Mr. Gabriel Day, stated that the process was a smooth one with no hitches. He further stated that the political party representatives were happy with the process.
At the printing house, they had their reps there, and they were there when the papers were packed or bagged. Then they took all the serial numbers. They joined the vehicle. They came in convoy throughout the night and then arrived here. And then from here, their agents here also met them. And then all together, we offload. Even before we opened the truck, they had all their seals at the truck, the gate of the truck, which they checked before we broke it and then brought down the contents. So we've been doing all this with them. And so far, nobody has raised any objection or any issue. It means they are all happy with the process up to this point.
The Bono East NDC is, however, reading meanings into an accident that occurred between an EC truck with registration number GV1513-20, which carried the ballot papers to the Bono East region, and an NPP vehicle en route to Techiman. The EC truck, according to Citi News sources, was hit at the rear by an NPP vehicle containing NPP observers near Suhum in the eastern region.
We see it to be, people may say it's accidental, but it cannot be just accidental like that, because they have bad intention. The NPP have bad intention, because we've declared 11/11. That in Bono East here we have 11 seats, and definitely we are going to take all. And His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is going to win all the what do you call it, constituencies in the region. So if a car that is carrying material that has to do with Bono East, then you have MPP vehicle hitting the car from behind, well, it may be an evil intention.
The Bono East NPP, however, denies the claims of the NDC. According to the Deputy NPP Bono East Regional Secretary, Mahama Seidu Liman, the accident never happened.
I'm sorry to say that this is untrue. Our vehicle got to Techiman this morning, and I met with them around 1:30 a.m. this morning at this divisional office, the police divisional office headquarters in Techiman. The regional rep is here, the national rep is here. So if his car got an accident, why is he here? I hope you are getting me. So I don't know, my brother Shamsu is just getting everything wrong here.
Citi News can confirm that the accident actually happened. Bono East Regional EC Director, Mr. Gabriel Dai, gave further information on the matter.
You see, they were coming in the convoy, as I said. Normally, when you are bringing ballot papers, the police will be in the convoy, the political party will be in the convoy. So when they were coming, according to the driver, he had a ban at the back, and it was one of the party's vehicle that has hit the back. Oh, no, this did not affect even the movement, because ours is a truck, so it hit the back. It only the traffic light back that got broken. It didn't affect the vehicle, so they continue with the journey. We make complaint to the police. Now we have also complained to the party involved, so we have also informed our organization. So we are going to see how to play out. But it's not a serious issue. There's a dent at the back.
Reporting for Citi News from Techiman, I am Michael Chashua Holly.
Now, a former district chief executive for Gomoa Central under the NDC's administration, Moses Jonamua Jehu Apia, will face Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Nana Eya, in what promises to be a keenly contested battle for the Gomoa Central seat. Now, another candidate, Frank Otre Painsil of the National Democratic Party, says he will capitalize on the flaws of the two main parties, the NPP and the NDC, to win the seat. Our Central Regional correspondent, Calvis Tete, has been engaging the candidate and voters in the constituency ahead of the December 7 elections.
Gomoa Central is one of the 260 metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies in Ghana and forms part of the 22 MMDAs in the Central region. Its capital is Afranse. It was carved out of the then Gomoa district in 2008. It is located in the southeastern part of the Central region. It also has a highly youthful population who are into farming and trading. In 2012, Rahel Apo of the National Democratic Congress won the elections to represent the people of the constituency in parliament. She beat off competition from her closest rival, Dr. Edward Nana Ketu-Kujo of the New Patriotic Party, with over 15,000 votes, while Dr. Kujo got over 11,000 votes. Rahel Apo lost to the new patriotic party's Nana Iya in the 2016 parliamentary elections. The 2020 parliamentary elections promises to be an interesting one, since the incumbent MP Nana Iya, who is also the Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, is coming up against a former district chief executive for the area, Moses Jonamwa Jehu Apia of the National Democratic Congress. The National Democratic Party, NDP, is also presenting a grassroots candidate, Frank Ochre-Pintel.
If you look at political experience, political credibility, in the area of performance, in the area of delivery, in the area of efficiency, in the area of effectiveness, none can be compared to Jehu Apia. So clearly, come 7th December, 5 o'clock, an hour later, 6 o'clock, I will be declared as a member of parliament elected for Gomwa Central for the 2020 general elections.
So let's see the result that will come on the 7th and see if I'm going to win or. But I know that the little that I've done for Gomwa Central in this, I'm not up to 4 years. We are not. It will be, our 4 years will be on 7th of January. So let's see what is going to happen, because I know that I've worked. They are going to reward me of my hard work in Gomwa Central.
The chance is there for me to take the seat, because we have one or two things affecting the populace, which we need to fix it for them to have their way. If the two of you, you are telling each other that you're not doing anything, I think you have to give way to another person to come and try.
Agriculture is the main occupation of the people in this constituency, and some farmers share their thoughts on their expectations for the next person who will lead the constituency.
Especially a draw would spray, if you are for better acres and half acres. Who needs can go to draw, won't me a day. So, said Druko is Kakota. This is a winner of waffle. More would master Swamo. No, Buswa, or the motor machine by so weighty, or we now to be your account. The Damaho, Nadinano, a high ye. Is a bandy banners with my boy Henry Crawford. Yes, we able to meet the year. And yes, anybody on power.
Into in your brand into a room for spirit. A brother is a good brand and more as that a worry. Nina is Cassam, and the vessel and pin from one. Even some Mechano, was a grand old woman here, you may no one shall one may have was that. That is Bosomono able to marry at a Twitter and a Kankaka.
The NDC candidate, Moses Jehu Apia, criticized the incumbent MP, Nana Iya, for not doing enough to change the fortunes of the people in the constituency.
Your constituents will always want to see that their member of parliament is delivering in the area. When I say parliamentary work, they should see you, responding positively in parliament, raising issues, contributing to issues over there. But the current MP, practically none. A lot of development is needed in the area. Serious development in the area of educational infrastructure, development in the area of educational health infrastructure, development in the area of other social infrastructure, which of course NDC through Rahian and Ajo then started. By then, my predecessor, Honorable Kingsley Hunama, was on the seat as a DC. They started building classroom blocks, building CHIPS compound, building health centers, providing sanitation facilities. NDC left the scene in 2016, expecting that the current administration would have picked it up. And I tell you, if you look at their work rate, if you assess their work rate in 4 years, I don't know the kind of marks, maybe a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give them about 1.5, which summed up to about 11%. You understand? So they have failed the constituent woefully.
For the National Democratic Party's candidate, Frank Ochre-Pintel, the introduction of mechanized farming for the larger farming population and some other policies to be introduced by him will win him the vote.
Agriculture is the main occupation here, but it is not being done well. We are going to introduce agriculture mechanized center where we have the machinery. So if you want some machines to work, you just go pick it out there, you go and use it for your farming and you come. Here farming is almost 90% cutlass and hoe farming.
The incumbent MP Nana Ehia, however, is confident of retaining the seat. She highlighted some of her achievements.
I've done a lot. We came to met 6 school feeding in Gumwa. That time it was Gumwa East. And we have added 17 to it to be 23. In the Kumkumwe, where I'm sitting, we have built them 2 school blocks, 6 classroom blocks. We have done some in Ogwako, which is ongoing. We have done some in Pomazi, Asebu. We have done some in my hometown, Gumwa Lome. We have done some in Gumwe Skuma. We have done some in Kwame Adjel. This is cheap compounds. We have done some market sheets for them. Those artisan people, when they finish their learning, I give them machine, these dryers. All my feeder goods are been given to contractors. We are building a court, circuit court in Goma Central, and 1 million per constituency. We have a polyclinic in Goma Abonyi with a doctor's bungalow, and our women have brought in some loans for them. So if you compare my 4 years to the 8 years of NDC, I think I've done a lot. I've done that what at their 8 years they couldn't do.
For party supporters of the 2 main political parties, the MPP and the NDC, their preferred candidate will emerge victorious on December 7.
2016 we made a mistake, which we believe that we've been able to correct that mistake since we came into opposition. And we are going to take our seat back. We actually, to a large extent, lent or loaned out the seats to the MPP in our constituency. Administratively, we have 15 electoral areas, and out of these 15 electoral areas, there are a lot of communities that vote for NDC in terms of numbers. But in 2016, we made a mistake, which we believe that we've been able to sort that out with our members, and everybody is on board, and we are going to ensure that we give the New Patriotic Party the beating of their lives come Monday, December 7th.
So looking at what is pertaining in our constituency, we are sure of victory because Kufuado and Naneya has done a shoddy job in this constituency. Looking at how the constituency has been run over the past 4 years, lack of developmental projects across the towns in this constituency, and looking at the message that we are coming with, it will help the people to vote for us, and definitely we are winning this election.
Our chances are very bright, and we know 7 December people are going to vote for Honorable Naneya without any fear. And we're in an election year, so they can say many things. But depending on what we have done in the constituency, people know. If you go to the various communities, we have more than 40 communities in the constituency. And people in the various communities, the chiefs, the queen mothers, the pastors, the people in the constituency know we have done much for them. So they are going to give us another 40.
Gumwa Central, we are taking about 70% of the popular vote. That one I can assure you. Naneya has done so well in terms of supporting a special girl child. So much. As we speak, we have she has distributed over 1,000 hair dryers and then sewing machines. People that she has personally funded them to learn this trade. They're over 500. The people are just I mean, it's politics. Politics for you. You have to say something just for you to have some confidence that you're also in the race. But I tell you, Goma Central, MPP is taking the popular vote, not less than 70% of the popular vote.
We stand a great chance. Looking at where we came from as a district and the work that has been done so far by the MP, DC, and the team collaboration work from the party executives is a great work. So I think they are winning. Looking at what is on the ground, the party is winning hands down.
Citi News, Goma Central constituency.
You're still watching the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. Still to come, aggrieved customers of defunct Gold Coast Management vow to vote against NPP over locked up funds.
We'll share the details to that particular story and many others when we return. Do stay with us.
Rigworld Solutions, forging the frameworks of Ghanaian industry. Engineering solutions from the heart of Takrady, Kejebil. At Rigworld Solutions, we manufacture industrial bolts and nuts, fasteners, hoses and fittings for the extractive and petrochemical industries. World-class products with local expertise. Locate our factory in Kejebil of the Takrady Takwa Road. Call 0302 949917 or 0540 107504. Email enquiries at rigworldsolutions.com. Rigworld Solutions, crafted in Ghana.
Hi, my name is Salamatu. Yes, these are both me. You see, before free SHS, my life could have taken two very different paths. The SHS path depended on how much money my parents had, what sacrifices they were willing to make, and whether they would send me or my little brother Issa to SHS. The other path is what would have become of me if there was no free SHS. But today, thanks to free SHS, my future is bright and promising.
Congratulations, you have a name. It's a boy.
Instead of depending on others, I will stand on my own feet and help my family. Free SHS is where my dreams for a better future and the dreams of thousands of young girls become a reality. Don't let NDC take it away from us. Vote for NPP and give all Ghanaian girls a chance for a better future.
Looking for something new this November? Looking for star-studded suspense?
It's what rich, entitled people do when threatened. They conceal the ugly truths to protect themselves.
Maybe you're in search of true love.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I got a crush on you, baby, would you be my boo?
What about a bit of family drama? Need something to keep the kids entertained?
We're ready to help with the case, Mira. We'll look for clues.
Perhaps criminally good comedy is your thing. Whatever you're in the mood for, look no further than DSTV.
Ago, my people! The Electoral Commission announces that the presidential and parliamentary elections come off on Monday, 7th December 2020.
From 7 a.m. to 5 p.m.
The mandate of the Electoral Commission is to organize free, fair, and safe elections. So you need to note these things before going to your polling stations to vote. Your passport to vote is your voter's ID card. Never leave home without it. Go to your designated polling station with your voter's ID card. Remember, no nose mask, no entry. You will wash your hands under running water. Then, sanitize your hands before joining the queue, if any. You will observe the mandatory social distance in the queue. The officer at the first table will check to confirm that your name is in the voters register, then pass you on to the second table. The second officer will validate your name using the biometric verification device, then pass you on to the third table. The third officer will give you the ballot for the presidential elections. You will go to the voting screen. Press your thumb on the thumbprint pad and thumbprint against the picture of your selected candidate. Remember, you will choose just one candidate. Fold the ballot paper, first vertically, then horizontally, then drop it into the ballot box marked Presidential. The third officer will give you the ballot for the parliamentary elections. You will go to the voting screen and thumbprint against the picture of your selected candidate. You will also choose just one candidate. Fold the ballot paper, first vertically, then horizontally, then drop it into the ballot box marked Parliamentary. Your little finger on the left hand will be dipped in the electoral stain to show you have voted. Your hands will be sanitized again. You will leave the polling station after voting. You can come back after 5 to observe the counting of the votes. Please note that you will not conduct yourself in a disorderly manner or cause trouble at the polling station. You will be arrested and prosecuted.
Please remember at all times to observe all COVID-19 safety protocols at the polling station.
Let's do our part and help the Electoral Commission conduct a clean, credible, free and fair election. The Electoral Commission, keeping democracy safe and sound.
Hello again. About 1,000 affected customers of collapsed Gold Coast Fund Management from Takoradi have threatened to vote the NPP out if it fails to pay them before November ends. The teeming customers today had an emergency meeting with their national executives in Takoradi over the Security and Exchange Commission's partial bailout package. The visibly agitated customers who showcased their voter ID cards on their readiness to vote against the government could not hide their dissatisfaction with the long processes laid out for payment, therefore their threat.
I'm a retired physician assistant. I don't have money. I'm a widow, and my children are not in gainful employment. I'm sick. I'm ill. How do I buy my drugs? The money I sent to the bank, you are not paying me. The money is in the bank, and you are not giving me my money. How do I go about it? So they should pay the money so that I will get money to eat and then to see to treat myself.
2 years, we have suffered a lot. We want the government to pay our money from today to the end of November. We don't want any money in December, because if the government did not pay our money from today to November end now, we vote against him.
They are giving us a payment procedure that spans more or less to 12 to 14 working days. If you bring in weekends, it exceeds 20 days. What we are telling the government is that this approach makes us think that he is being smart at us, because we have taken an entrenched position to vote against his government if we are not paid. They want to commence this tortoise approach payment procedure to lure us into the election, so that by the time we realize, we have an illusion that payments have commenced, procedure have commenced. So we should take our time, we should go and vote for the government. Hey, we are not going to do that.
Now moving on, the chief of Asin Hazoji in the Asin South district of the Central Region, Nana Kojoama, has given the NPP government a 2-week ultimatum to fix the deplorable roads in the area or risk losing their vote. The NPP has won in the area in the last few elections. Now, according to him, the roads have been in bad shape for decades, and calls to successive governments to fix them have proved futile.
The road, as far back as 1977, was a contract to make road in the up to date. Now, we share a quiet from Pantenu Bemenesium to us Manso Highway. And Kano Ukokumas now for 180. Since then, a Kwangway in Mitchai. Yene is Breman and Asin Chiefs Association Ake Wambo, Mena Mayo Muchema, and Infonina. The two among your friend Honorable Tim Fojo, your friend Honorable Derek Amos, your friend Honorable Ranford Yaku, our Jumaku. We now be sharing Fina Bishawa. Ama, ya the road need to Manima. I saw what I'm catching and it's a Mundi road number contractor. I have a DHL. And see, I am 4. I have a Brahman from Anamosi right down to a table or a corina. That can what say. No road, no boat. It is Omamba and Butcher a quite way I found my hand.
You're still watching the Citi Newsroom. Time now for another break. When we return, report into the collapse of a church building in Achim Batabi indicts authorities for flouting regulations.
We'll bring you the details plus more shortly. Don't go away.
2 weeks ago, I had nowhere to turn to. I needed funds urgently. That's when I ran into Wafakofi. It's you, Wafakofi.
Hello.
It's good I saw you here.
Really?
You know, with businesses restarting after the lockdown, getting funds has been really difficult to pay for some of the goods in high demand, and my supply is no longer selling on credit.
Sister Ama, my financial partner is Advanced Savings and Loans. Advanced stayed by my side all through the COVID crisis. They offered me grace period. They also gave me advice on how to manage my business, and now they are here to help me clear my containers by offering me a loan.
Are you sure they are giving out loans even during the COVID pandemic?
Yes, Advanced Ghana has you covered.
So that's how I got a loan to stock up my shop.
Call us on 0800 355 355 or visit our nearest branch for our various loan and deposit products. Advance, your preferred financial partner.
I give my family confidence with Pepsodent Triple Protection 123. It's 3 toothpaste in 1 to give them cavity protection, white teeth, and fresh breath. Pepsodent Triple Protection 123.
During tough times, we need a competent leader we can trust to keep us all safe.
Nana gave me free water when I needed it most to keep me clean and safe from COVID-19.
Nana gave me lower cost of internet during COVID-19 to operate my small business from home.
Nana told us to trust him to keep our children safe from COVID-19 when we send them back to school. Nana was right.
Nana gave me free electricity in my hour of need during COVID-19.
Nana told us to trust him to keep Ghana safe from COVID-19.
Looking for something new this November? Looking for star-studded suspense?
It's what rich, entitled people do when threatened. They conceal the ugly truths to protect themselves.
Maybe you're in search of true love.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I got a crush on you, baby, would you be my boo?
What about a bit of family drama? Need something to keep the kids entertained?
We're ready to help with the case, Mira. We'll look for a clue.
Perhaps criminally good comedy is your thing. Whatever you're in the mood for, look no further than DSTV.
You're welcome back to the Citi Newsroom. Now, it has emerged that authorities of the collapsed 4-story Church of Prosperity building at Achim Batabi altered the building design from 1 story to 4 with an expired permit.
Now, a report by the Institution of Engineering and Technology Ghana, which made these observations, further reveals poor quality materials and workmanship were deployed in the building of the church.
Now, the report indicts the Asinimanso, Akroso district and the Brim Central Municipal Assemblies for failing to act, leading to the death of 22 persons as well as 8 persons being injured.
Now, chairman of the investigative team, Engineer Henry Boateng, shared some recommendations of the report with Citi News.
On October 20, 2020, a 4-story church building at Achimbatabi in the eastern region belonging to the Church of Prosperity, headed by Prophet Isaac Akwa, caved in while worshippers were engaged in service. The story caught the attention of the nation as a joint rescue team from Allied Security Services raced against time to save lives trapped under the rubble and retrieve dead bodies. More than 30 lives were saved, while 22 others sadly passed away, with 8 persons sustaining various degrees of injuries. Subsequently, the Institution of Engineering and Technology Ghana set up a 4-member committee to investigate the cause of the collapse and make recommendations to avert future occurrences. Chairman of the committee, Engineer Henry Boateng, shared some of the findings of the report.
The Church of Prosperity acquired a building permit for a single structure at the Brim South District Assembly at Achimoda for a single structure. Even the second structure had no structural design. But when they go to the site, the artisans leading the construction team advised the church that they can go higher. So they decided to go 4-story without any drawing. It was later that they had a CAD technician to design for them as-built drawing, but it was not completed. There wasn't proper coordination between the old and the new assembly for them to check whether they had a permit or not. So after the new assembly took over, in their opinion, they thought they had a building permit, so they never bothered to visit and ask them of their permits. At the base is a 200 by 200 square column. They started with a single story and later encased it with a round mold, and they had 600 millimeters diameter column in the upper section. So below the earth, which is the foundation, they have a square column which is very shallow, which is up to about 450 millimeters the depth. And this is the rod which was placed directly on the earth.
What does the committee recommend to remedy such occurrences?
We are recommending to the government that henceforth, when the new assembly is being created, you should make sure that all the departments are in place, because
now, hundreds of mourners from all walks of life on Saturday joined family and friends of the late Professor Emmanuel Yalbene to pay their last respect to the former University of Ghana international law lecturer.
Now, the body of Professor Bene was discovered in his residence on Saturday, September 12, lying in a pool of blood with his hands tied behind him and his body bearing cuts.
Now, Citi News' Hawa Idrisu was at the burial and has come through with his reports.
The 66-year-old late Professor Emmanuel Yalbene, until his demise, was a professor of law at the University of Ghana, Legon. 3 persons are currently standing trial for their alleged involvement in the murder of the late professor. James Nana Wamba, the lead suspect in the murder case, died at the police hospital on Saturday, October 17, 2020, after he was admitted for treatment. The second suspect, Opambo Eja Bedu, in cancer's health condition, also became a bone of contention between the defense counsel and the prosecution in court on Monday, November 9, 2020. The solemn burial service held at the St. Thomas Aquinas Catholic Church at the University of Ghana, Legon, saw a number of sympathizers present. Notable amongst the sympathizers were the government delegation led by the Executive Secretary to the President, Nana Asante Bediatu, and Chief Justice Enin Yeboah. Some family members of the late professor took turns to eulogize their late uncle and brother.
Uncle Yao, the family chain is broken by your untimely departure, and nothing will ever be the same again. However, as God takes us one by one, the chain will form again, and the links will reconnect. Rest well, Uncle Yao. You have finally found rest from your labors. All I have now is a collection of memories which I will sadly cling to forever. Uncle Yao, I can never say goodbye. All I can say is, I look forward to seeing you when I also complete my life's journey. I will always love you.
I thank you for being my rock, a supportive and generous brother, and for touching the lives of my children with your kindness and love. It is my constant prayer that God will keep you safe in His comforting grace and grant you everlasting peace. I will hold you close in my heart of hearts until we meet again. Yeye Yao. Onyafa. Onyame fa unsi. Jojo.
Some politicians who were at the burial service also shared their fondest memories of the late professor to Citi News.
Prof was my classmate at the University of Ghana, and we had not just a relationship as a schoolmate, but also coming from Kumasi together. I would say he was my brother, and as has been testified to in the tributes, he was an excellent person, humble, but very resourceful, intelligent, and he's somebody who has imparted so much knowledge to his students. And all I can say is that the testimonies and what people have said about him describes Yao the way he was.
After my law school, he engaged me as teaching assistant at the faculty, and we've forever been very, very close, from my Lesia days to the law faculty days to the law school and after. And we maintained very close relationship till his passing. I'm very, very sad. He introduced me to be a student of international law, which I enjoy so much today. And I don't know what to say, but may God give me a good resting place.
Officiating priest for the burial service, Reverend Father Wisdom Lawe, prayed for the soul of the departed law professor.
We gather to pray that God, the giver and author of life, will receive him into his presence, and that we who have lost him physically may be consoled and comforted. May God fill each one of us with strength to bear these moments. Life is beautiful. It is so because it offers us an opportunity to prepare to meet our God and live with him eternally. Painfully, death becomes the gate that admits us eternally into God's presence.
May his soul rest in peace. Now moving on, 3 female students have emerged winners of the maiden edition of the Richako My Ghana, My Pride National Essay Competition, which was held on Saturday at the Bank of Ghana Auditorium in Accra. The competition, which was organized by Cadbury Ghana Limited, makers of Richako, is an education support program aimed at assisting parents and guardians to pay the school fees of their wards. Now, each of the winners beat competition from 5 others to each win the ultimate prize of 10,000 Ghana cedis. The following report has more.
The maiden edition of the Richoko My Ghana, My Pride National Essay Competition seeks to identify and reward the most outstanding all-round upper primary, JHS and SHS students in the country. It is also an education support program aimed at assisting parents and guardians to pay the school fees of the awards. The competition covered areas such as current affairs, English, Ghana Cocoa, general knowledge, among others. At the end of the competition, 3 ladies emerged winners in their various categories. Rochelle Adwatotu from the Martyrs of Uganda Preparatory School in Kumasi emerged the winner for the upper primary category, while Ajua Yeboajiman from the University Basic School in Accra and Sylvia Abuajua Asante from the Ghana National College emerged winners for the JHS and SHS categories respectively. Speaking to Citi News, Branch Manager for Cadbury Richoko Kwabna Opoku said the contest is an opportunity to embolden Ghanaian students to participate in issues of importance to the country.
This competition is basically aimed at celebrating Ghana's rich history and culture. You know, Cadbury Richoko is made from the finest Ghanaian cocoa, so we take pride in anything Ghanaian and everything Ghanaian. So the aim for this year's competition was to, the COVID impact has affected a lot of parents. So the idea was we should give parents some form of assistance, to alleviate the pressures of school fees when they go back to school. So that's why we instituted the maiden edition of the Richoko My Ghana, My Pride Essay competition.
Some of the winners also spoke to Citi News.
My first exposure to this kind of thing, so I'm very happy. I want to tell them that it's a very good exposure, and so they can even come and try.
I'm so happy, I'm very happy. I didn't think I would win when I entered, but now I've won, so I would encourage everyone out there to also try and enter these essay competitions, because they might never know what will happen.
I can only thank God for this, and then my friends and family and my parents, they've been so supportive. My brothers, they've really helped me in so many ways. I'm really grateful to the Light Academy and also to Ghana National College for helping me and preparing me for this day. Actually, first of all, entering the competition, it wasn't really for the prize. It was just because I had nothing to do during the 7 months at home. And then I was in school, and then I found out I had been picked as the finalist. And then coming here and then getting this, it's really good.
And this is where we part company. You've been watching the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. Remember that our website, citinewsroom.com, has more news updates.
Subscribe to CityTube on YouTube for more exclusive video contents from Citi TV.
Download the Citi Newsroom app from the Google Play Store and keep updated on the go.
You can also watch Citi TV on DSTV channel 363 and GoTV channel 182.
My name is Frema Adunyame.
And I am Bobbie Osei.